Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and here with us is Brian Crump.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, from CANHelp. You are the director. What is the title?
Yeah, director of work, executive director.
Executive
if you want to be
director.
like super fancy, but most like just director's fine, or just Brian will work too.
All right, fine. So, little news in the past day or so. You all had a fire.
Yeah,
at
we
your
had
place.
a big scare yesterday. I happened to be driving back to work from a meeting. And as I pulled in the parking lot, I saw smoke and flames shooting from our roof.
Mercy.
Scared me to death. I pulled over, ran the store, get everybody out within 30 seconds, called 911, and the fire department was there within 4 minutes from the moment I saw it. Like unbelievable response in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so they were able to get the fire out within 10 minutes. Really just superficial damage on the top of the building. There's actually underneath the TPO material we had a metal roof, and the fire did not breach the metal roof, which was such a blessing. But we did lose some of those solar panels that are up there, but that's easy to replace, and so it was. We're so thankful for the fire department's quick response, and just for that it was not any more damage than that. So.
Was anyone inside aware of the fire?
No, I pulled over, parked the car, ran into our intake barn, saw an employee, and I was like, "Get everybody out of the building! There's a fire!" And they turned around and ran one way around one side and I ran the other way, and we kind of cleared everybody, hit the breakers, and out the door within 30 seconds. And everybody was safe. I was a little shaken, but as we stood and watched the fire department take care of the situation, get the fire out, and then noticed there was no water running into the building or nothing like that, we were so relieved to know that it was really just superficial. Just happened to perfect timing to see it on time and to let any damage really get done.
Yeah.
So we're super thankful.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, here recently you had your back to school fair just before school started, and so that went like
turnout.
it was.
Absolutely, and I say tremendous turnout. I mean, both people coming to the fair, but also just our community that all the businesses and organizations and banks, and you guys were there to record it. Yeah. So many different people came to just add to the atmosphere of just basically our community looking at a bunch of kids and saying, you can do it. Like, this is your year. You can be successful. And it's just a great community feel in that place.
And you actually had some supplies left over.
We did. We had some just with, we buy everything in bulk. And so naturally, once we packed all the backpacks, we had paper and pens and red pens and markers and all that sort of stuff left over. And so Gail, our client services manager, called around to all the different school districts in our county and just said, what do you need? And so we packed up that stuff and got it out to all the schools so that teachers don't have to turn around and spend their own money. Because I know my wife's a teacher, and so I know oftentimes that the teachers, just out of the goodness of their heart and care for the students, just go and buy stuff so they can have it available in their classroom. And so we were able to take those extra supplies and just be a blessing to the community, because the community bought that stuff.
Sure.
And so through their donations, and so make sure that the schools get it and are able to have everything they need for the students to be successful this year.
So they have some extras on hand ready. That's
right.
Ready when
those
needed.
Kids, when those pencils run out or those pencils break, and kid doesn't remember paper, they have it on hand.
So now the next big thing is the coat drive.
Yep, our fall coat drive is coming up in October, and we will be putting out boxes throughout the community. And so that if you have gently used coats, then you can drop them off in those boxes, and then we sort through them and put them by size. And then as people come in that might need a coat, then we'll get that to them. We also communicate really clearly with the school districts in the county, and if the counselors or communities in schools take note of some kids that are coming, it's getting cold and there's no coat, they can ask, and then they let us know, and then we can say specifically we need some second grade boy coats and like medium children's girl coats, and we need however many of those, and kind of can sort through and find all those things and then get them directly to the schools.
And that starts when?
It'll start in October. We start
1st of October?
First part of October. That's right.
Early October.
Yeah, early October.
And there'll be plenty of boxes around.
Yeah, they'll be
People
all around. We're working with making contact with banks and businesses and places that people walk into naturally and can just drop off coats, make it easy for them.
Okay,
that
great.
sort of thing.
Great.
So,
Brian, we have about a minute left. I'd like to ask you about an example of recent example of when CANHelp did help.
oh, absolutely.
Someone.
We one of our things that we pride ourselves on, and kind of our code of ethics and our values is partnerships. And so we partner with about 2 weeks ago with Safe T, great organization in our community that helps ladies
Yeah.
who helps folks that have been experiencing abuse,
Yeah.
and just helping them. And so we partnered with them to help a lady get into her own apartment, and so worked with getting a deposit, and they were in need, help her get a job and all that sort of thing. So it was one of those things where we work together so that it's not any extra burden on Safety or us, but we partner together with first month, last month, and then making the contacts and knowing the landlords that have availability and get them into a safe place.
Right.
So it's one of the things, like I said, one of our values is partnership, and so we really work hard to have good relationships with the other nonprofits in our community.
So CANHelp is on Gilmer,
Yes.
and you're not slowed down, I'm sure, by the fire that happened.
We were
Everything's-
slowed down yesterday after about 4 o'clock, but we had to shut. But we were back open this morning
Right.
at 9 a.m. and everything was. We're just again such a deep sense of relief
Sure.
and thankfulness to Sulphur Springs Fire Department getting there so quick.
That's great to hear.
Was those guys did an absolute phenomenal job.
Fantastic. Brian Crump is the Executive Director of CANHelp. I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST.